skin fame marinate. We got tossed up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Ravens and the Browns coming up next.
We are just off the shores of Lake Erie in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, as we get set for football here at the always rockin' Cleveland Browns Stadium. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, Workman-like in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
A good run there by Cook on first down, powering his way forward, a gain of 6. For the Ravens, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Hey, look at this Baltimore defense. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now in his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Jackson's throws on target to Duvernay. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Partner, when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah able to record his his 5th sack of the season. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. Jakeem Grant deep for Cleveland. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here.
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
Dafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 55 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And he'll be pretty well stopped at his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Here comes Grant on the return. Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. Moore, the man in motion. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. Hey, look at this Baltimore defense. And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. The Browns are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
They go with Chubb on second down. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
32-yard line.
Second down, Bridgewater. Going out wide, finds Chubb. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. No score after one on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Roquan Smith, the All-Pro, the former Bear, is there to make the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Bridgewater. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Browns on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Bridgewater now. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Donovan Peoples-Jones. His 4th touchdown of the year. And the Browns post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting it and by him going up and getting it.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They go play action with Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sione Takitaki from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here comes Dobbins on the toss right. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible. Now has him within throwing range of a first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now Bridgewater. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. He'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. The Browns send out their punter now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On 1st and 10, it's Dalvin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Jackson going to keep it running right. And they can't bring him down. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a 1st down. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the 1st down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man, don't do that.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Throwing is Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Throwing, Bridgewater. Now he'll take a shot for Peoples-Jones. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Cleveland. 61 yards.
He's already got 1 touchdown this first half already. That very nearly was a second. Defensively, they're going to have to figure something out because he's been able to outrun the defenders early and often so far.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Cook up the gut. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's 3rd and 7. To throw is Bridgewater. Forced. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. York able to send this one through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Jackson on first down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sideline and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll begin out in Houston, and it's the Texans who've got the lead in the second quarter. Nico Collins, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head up to Indy to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Rams. The number 4 overall pick, Anthony Richardson, a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Ryan Tannehill looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland, and to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is caught, Rashad Bateman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Good play there by Bateman. Nice catch and a first down. Trying to overcome what was largely a lost season in 2022 with only 6 games played and under 300 yards. Hoping this year could be a big one for him.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It's a Darius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Jackson. He finds the rookie, Zay Flowers. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. Follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson on the move to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson. A 23-yard run. And the Ravens are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Here's Bridgewater. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second and a couple. They'll run the toss here. Edwards. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. From the gun, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And not what you're looking to do on 3rd and 1, completing the pass, but going backward.
I have zero explanation for that because 3rd and 1, you just figure snap, throw, 1st down, right? Easy play, but end up losing yardage on it. That's hard to account for.
So give them the 1st down, 1st and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off. Jackson's going to keep it. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different form.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews from 4 yards out. And the Ravens have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case. And
of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. They're probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Bridgewater. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 2nd down and 4. Here's Jackson. He's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Bridgewater. A tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Fielded at the 20. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. Last week they got the victory against the Colts, so they lead this one as well as they begin things here 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll try to run forward with Dobbins. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A stoppage here for an injury, and not what you want to see. J.K. Dobbins in a little bit of pain after that last play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Returnable for Grant. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Chubb on the counter. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 69 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. First down, here's the run with Cook. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. From the 46, here's the 2nd and 9. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They go play action. Bridgewater. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Zadarius Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long. And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Play action. It's Jackson. His throw incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a save for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Jackson now. And pressure gets to him again. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to him. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Back to throw. Fighting to stay upright. And that is incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Jackson throwing complete there to Flowers. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Jackson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Throwing is Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! Mark Andrews with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Browns 10.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They set up the screen to Chubb. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 on the first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Browns! Donovan Peoples-Jones with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. New York now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now Jackson. On the other side of midfield at the 45. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll run it out of the gun with Hill. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
That one into the hands of Flowers. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. To throw is Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Cleveland offense making their way out, and it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession. A first down throw for Bridgewater. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. He's going to get this one down to Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. What can they draw up now? Time to find out on a 3rd and 8. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Bridgewater to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But thankfully, this is corralled by the offense, so they will, in fact, hold on to the football. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Try to take this home. They'll run. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Ravens, they're on a 9